please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
A very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. Well, this is the show where we'll highlight all the buzzing stocks of the day. It's a bit of a down day for our markets. We're below the 10,800 odd mark on the Nifty. You should pull up the intraday chart out there. The advanced decline ratios in favor of the declines as we speak. More than 1,200 stocks are declining. And if you take a look at the options data, well, whenever we have seen the Nifty move, the PCR move towards 1.65 odd, you see some kind of retracement on the Nifty. Now, in today's trading session, the most active strike is around the 10,900 call. So that's telling you that the bears, they're going to put in a fight. They're going to try to defend that level. But what's also interesting is the 10,800 call as well. That as well is seeing some addition. So between both those two strikes at the 10,800 and 10,900 level, you're seeing addition of roughly around 14 lakh shares. That's telling you that the bears, they want to protect that mark. 10,850 twice this week. We have seen a U-turn from there. So let's see whether or not, the bulls can fight back. Otherwise, maybe a bit of a down move, a bit of a down day could be on expected lines, just going by both these two data points. Hey, Mangla.
Absolutely, Nigel. You spoke about the calls. Let's talk about the puts. On this show itself, over the last few trading sessions, we keep telling people about how we've seen writing in the 10,800 put as the markets moved higher. But today, those bulls are getting a little scared. Just at open, 2 lakh shares have been unwound in the 10,800 put. Remember, there are still 35 lakh shares who have been that have been written on the 10,800 put that are outstanding in open interest right now. So it'll be very interesting to see whether we hold on to that mark or not. Will be very interesting. But as of the time we speak, a lot of the stocks, they're hitting the low point of the day. We keep talking cricket. GAIL, that one has defended the ball not too well in today's trading session, perhaps gotten beaten. So that one's at the low point of the day. Hindustan Unilever, some bit of profit taking seen there. Along with that, we have State Bank of India for the last 2 trading sessions that has been outperforming. So some money being taken off from State Bank of India too, which is at the low point of the day. But first up, all the top stories that we're tracking at this point in time. IT major Infosys completes 25 years of listing on Dalal Street. The stock has been a pure wealth creator, giving returns of 6,800 times since 1993. Remember, the stock optically is lower today as it goes ex-dividend.
And Dish TV is in focus as big bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala buys a stake in the company. The management expects revenue growth of around 7 to around 8% in the coming fiscal, that's FY19, and synergy benefits of 750 crore rupees in FY20 post the merger.
Oberoi Realty QIP book opens. The company is looking to raise 1,200 crore rupees. The floor price set at 509 rupees per share.
And Citi downgrades Mindtree to sell from neutral. The target price set at around 970 rupees. That compares with the earlier target of 875 rupees per share. Okay, all right. Keep an eye out on the screen. A couple of these stocks are seeing selling. Mahindra and Mahindra Financials. Pull up the intraday chart out there. You have stocks like Sun TV as well that's seeing some kind of profit booking. And you also have Cholamandalam. Let's pull up the intraday chart of all these 3 stocks. All of them are moving lower, though there are some gainers as well. Some stocks are fighting back. Balkrishna Industries, intraday chart should come up for you. That's fighting back. Adani Enterprises, that stock as well was seeing some selling pressure. That as well is fighting back. So let's quickly get both these 2 stocks for you. In an otherwise weakish market, there are select stocks that are doing quite well. But how do you trade the Nifty from here? Ashwani Gujral is with us. Hi, Ashwani. Your take on the Nifty? We are sitting below the 10,800 odd mark. Can we see a bit of a bounce from here? Or do you think it's going to be a bit of a down day?
See, last many sessions we've been moving up 15 points a day, 20 points a day. So that's what you called a narrowing market. I think today is a day to play for an expanding market, one that will give you a directional trade and probably a multi-day directional trade. So that way, the way things are acting so far, you should break 10,800 decisively given today's Bank Nifty expiry, etc. I think the global setup, you should have a few days of a decline, certainly today. As we speak, IT index is down 1.35, so both IT and banks are leading this on the downside. So basically, if you are still wrong, get out. If you are not short, still a decent time to get short on the market. Having said that, large stocks are coming off fairly strongly. So those are places where people are hiding. So that is what will probably make it easier for the market to fall. So for the moment, Bajaj Finance is a sell with a stop of 2220, target of 2175. NIT Tech is a sell with a stop of 1120, target of 1065. Today is a particularly bad day for mid-cap tech. And also, Tata Motors, that's a sell with a stop of 311, target of 295.
Absolutely, Ashwini. As you speak, the cuts extend. The Nifty is virtually at the low point of the day. Along with that, the mid-cap index as well, closer to the lower end of today's trading session. The Nifty Bank has shaved off nearly 100 points. So you say this perhaps could be a harbinger of more down days for a multi-day period. You've definitely dressed up for the occasion. But a couple of stocks from the mid-cap space which are hitting lows of the day. We have the likes of HUL. That one's seen a sharp decline. But the one stock which is hitting the high point of the day is Divi's Labs. So what's your call on pharmaceutical as well as the other stocks that are hitting the lows of the day, HUL in particular?
See, obviously all stocks cannot go down. So some pharma stocks, etc., will move against the trend also. But be particularly careful of, those consensus type trades like, Bajaj Finance and SBI recently, etc. That is where the selling will come in. As far as HUL is concerned, again, consumer type story. So chances are we get closer to 500, 520.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Ashwani. Well, just keep an eye on a couple of stocks in the broader markets as well. Firstsource, pull up the intraday chart of that stock. I remember it was trading mildly in the red. It's moved into the green. So Firstsource should come up for you. In this year itself, the stock has already doubled. So just keep that in mind. Volumes as well looking good. Remember, when other mid-cap and small-cap stocks are seeing selling, some of these mid-cap stocks are hitting fresh all-time highs. And case in point being Firstsource, you pull up a wider time horizon as well, you'll see this stock has done quite well. Well, as we slip into a short break, let's get in some market opinion. This one's coming in from Nilesh Shah, MD of Kotak Mahindra AMC, on the selling scene in the mid-cap space and also his view on Infosys. Let's listen.
The pain on the small and mid-cap is still there. Clearly, there has been fair amount of immature or uninformed money which has gone into lots of small and mid-cap stocks in chase of return, and their selling is still continuing. We believe quality mid-caps will start bottoming out over next 30-40 days. If you are looking to get the similar return from Infosys which it has delivered in last 25 years, that's unlikely to happen because the base was so small. But can Infosys be still part of the portfolio and it can be like Mahendra Singh Dhoni? Undoubtedly, yes.
Few of these pharma stocks are doing well. Glenmark has recovered from the low point of the day, so just keep an eye out on that one. You have Wockhardt as well, that's recovered a goodish bit. So let's get the intraday chart of that one as well. And Torrent Pharma. So Pharma, clearly, few of these stocks, they're moving higher in an otherwise weakish market. Keep an eye out. The Nifty as well is gradually moving towards the 10,800 mark. Mangalam was just telling me that, in fact, HDFC, that's doing some of the firefighting for the bulls. But Mangalam, I think there was a Westlife analyst meet, just a few days back. If you could run us through details out there, what's their vision in the coming years?
It was yesterday, Nigel. So FY22 guidance is what they've given to us. They had given us the broad guidelines for FY22 earlier, and they went ahead and reiterated that. So the stock is off the high point of the day. Remember, over the last 12 months, it has moved 60%. So just to reiterate what the company had said to the analysts yesterday, well, by FY22, the company is on track to expand to 450 to 500 restaurants. Currently, they operate 277 restaurants. They will also have 300 to 350 Mech cafes as well as 300 to 325 Mech delivery centers. Remember, Mech cafes and Mech delivery centers will be better for their margins. They have targeted 7 to 9% same-store sales growth. That means the revenues by FY22 should be around 2,000 to 2,500 crores. This compares with 1,130 crores that they had done in the previous year. What was exciting is the margins, because the company said they're targeting margins of 13 to 15%. Last year, they did about 6 to 6.7% margin. So that is doubling of margins. Brokerages are fairly sanguine. Credit Suisse this morning wrote that the momentum for quick service restaurants is intact. Nirmal Bang also said QSR going forward will maintain its outperformance, and Axis Cap has a buy rating on the stock with a target of 450 rupees. But remember, Nigel, I will be personally watching out for this quarter numbers from both Westlife Development as well as Jubilant Foodworks. Why is that? Because big sporting events usually do well for their home deliveries. So we had the IPL as we usually do, and the Football World Cup is starting today. 15 days still left in this quarter, so let's see whether people consume more pizzas and burgers during the football season or not. So this quarterly numbers would be very interesting.
All right, thanks so much for that, Mangalam. Well, let's hop across from Mangalam to Sonal. She's standing by to tell us all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. Hey, Sonal.
Hi Nigel, I'll start with Oberoi Realty. Well, that stock is in focus today because the company has planned to raise around 1200 crore rupees via QIP. The floor price that has been set at 509 rupees, which is at a 5% discount to yesterday's closing price, and that is why that stock is seeing some pressure right now, and also it will lead to dilution of around 6.5% of promoters holding. Other stock on my radar is Mindtree, because Citi has downgraded the stock to a sell from reduce, but they have increased the target price to 970 versus 875 because they think that the business recovery is now priced in, and that's why they have reduced the rating on the stock. CLSA is bullish on ICICI Securities. They have initiated a coverage with a buy call and target at 520 rupees per share. They expect a 21% profit CAGR over next 3 years, and they also believe that the company is priced in lower than its peers as of now, and also offers higher dividend yield. We spoke to Dish TV today because Rare Enterprises bought around 1.3 crore shares at priced at 71.5 rupees per share. Management told us that they are expecting an EBITDA of 35% in next year and expecting a revenue growth of around 7 to 8% in FY19, and that's why the stock is up in trade today. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Sonal. With that, we'll slip into a short break. Come back, we focus on our exclusive chat that we had with Acharya Balakrishna, the MD of Patanjali Ayurved, on their foray into the non-FMCG side of business. Stay tuned. On that 10,800 mark, and that's courtesy ITC. Nigel spoke about HDFC earlier, and ITC has now spiked to the high point of the day, supporting or batting for the frontline index. But talking about FMCG stocks, the one company which has been the bane of all the FMCG companies over the last few years has now ramped up its foray in the non-FMCG business. Speaking exclusively to CNBC TV18's Priya Sheth, Patanjali's managing director Acharya Balakrishna says that the focus for FY19 for the company will be to launch its apparels business under the brand Paridhan, also roll out solar panels for commercial sale. Hear him out. Interesting chat.
अभी जो सोलर वाला शुरू किया था, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने जितनी भी अपनी यूनिटें लगाई, हमारे दिमाग में एक बात थी कि हम लोग सब जगह पर अपने सोलर पैनल लगाएंगे, छत पे लगाएंगे। तो मैंने मार्केट में पता किया तो मुझे पता चला कि वो काफ़ी कॉस्टली पड़ रहा है, तो हमने सोचा कि हम क्यों नहीं अपनी यूनिट लगा लें। तो अभी हमने यूनिट लगा भी लिया, मेरा प्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट भी हो गया। बहुत बड़ा तो नहीं, बट अभी हम लोगों ने करीबन अभी लगा रहे हैं अभी करीबन 6 यूनिट 6 मेगावाट पर मंथ, यानी कि करीबन 60 मेगावाट का हमारा प्लांट है। उसको हम बढ़ा भी सकते हैं, एक्सपांड भी कर सकते हैं, बट अभी देखेंगे। अभी तो बाकी इतना ही कर रहे हैं।
तो ये सोलर पावर पैनल्स की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है कि पावर जनरेट भी करेंगे? जनरेट
करेंगे ना, पैनल्स हम लोगों ने अपनी फैक्ट्री में लगाना शुरू कर दिया है सब जगह पर। अभी हम लोग 7 मेगावाट तो अपने तेजपुर में लगा रहे हैं, 10-12 मेगावाट मेरे नागपुर में इन हाउस भी हम लोग लगा रहे हैं, और दूसरों के लिए भी हम पैनल भी सेल करेंगे।
तो कब तक आप कमर्शियल करेंगे?
कमर्शियल स्टार्ट हो गया मेरा प्रोडक्शन।
अच्छा, कितना आप मैन्युफैक्चर?
अभी शुरू हुआ है, अभी कुछ दिन से अभी हम लोग प्रक्रिया हमने शुरू कर दी।
इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल और स्टील प्लेयर्स भी आपको अप्रोच कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें कितनी सच्चाई है?
दोस्तों सब करते हैं, लोग लेकर के आते हैं, नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी लेकर के आते हैं, नई नई चीज़ों में लोग जोड़ना चाहते हैं, पर हमको लगता है कि हम क्या क्या करेंगे। तो क्या कि बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ों में जाने से संभालना, कंट्रोल करना, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल करना, रिसर्च करना थोड़ा टफ होता है।
आपका जो ब्रांड था परिधान, हमने बात की थी, कपड़ों का ब्रांड था, और उस पे क्या स्टेटस है, कब लॉन्च होगा ये ब्रांड?
परिधान की पूरी तैयारी हो चुकी है, पूरी टीम काम कर रही है, डिज़ाइन और सारी उसके लिए और पूरी प्लानिंग के लिए काम कर रही है। हम विश्वास करते हैं कि इस वर्ष, जैसे मैंने बोला भी था कि 2018 के लास्ट तक में हम लोग करेंगे, तो मुझे विश्वास है कि हम लोग अंतिम तक।
तो ये कोलैबोरेशन जैसा होगा कि
नहीं? हमारा अपना ब्रांड होगा, हम अपने ब्रांड से करेंगे, परंतु हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जो है ज़्यादा इन हाउस, मतलब डिज़ाइन इन हाउस करेंगे, पर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग थर्ड पार्टी से करेंगे।
और उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैसे होगा? क्या आप
डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए एक्सक्लूसिव स्टोर की हम प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, एक्सक्लूसिव अपने शोरूम बनाएंगे और अलग अलग एरियाज़ में और अलग अलग हिसाब से हम लोगों का फोकस्ड एरिया है जो हमारी मेट्रो सिटीज़ के अतिरिक्त भी जो हमारे दूसरे टाउन हैं, शहर हैं, उनमें हम लोग जाने वाले हैं।
तो अप्रॉक्सीमेटली कितने स्टोर्स होंगे परिधान के?
स्टार्टिंग में शायद अभी जो योजनाएं चल रही है हमारी लगभग 100 के लगभग तो हम स्टार्टिंग में खोलेंगे, उसके बाद फिर प्लानिंग करेंगे।
Well, keep an eye on a couple of these pharma stocks. Pharma seems to be the name of the day, really, because we have Alembic Pharma that's moved higher. They've got a FDA approval for doxycycline capsule. So that explains why that stock's moving higher. And always, Alembic, they hold 30% stake in Alembic Pharma. And that explains why, in fact, that stock as well has moved higher in the last few minutes, moving higher as we speak. We'll wrap up on Chartbusters. You stay with us. Trading Hour comes up next.